Assalamu alaikum, I'm Sam Polk Jr. with Education HQ on blacklistedtv.com, where we discuss issues pertinent to the black community and a larger community as a whole. This week I'd like to discuss the Fisical Cliff that was avoided by the victory by President Obama late last night. As you know, Republicans have been trying to avoid taxes for wealthy and rich Americans for months now, even years. When President Bush was in office, he gave a tax cut to wealthy and rich Americans that a lot of economists have stated is responsible in a large part to the economy failing. Taxes fund lots of programs. They pay for bridges, highways, they fund some school budgets in the public schools, different programs for teenagers, youth, unwed parents. Those tax monies, when they're missing, the government has to borrow money to fund those programs or either eliminate them. Presidential candidate Mitt Romney for months avoided releasing his taxes just so the average American wouldn't see how much he gets away with not paying taxes. I think it's Alan Greenspan, I'm not sure, but he stated one time that his secretary pays a larger tax rate than he does. He's a billionaire, and that's just not right. Well, Obama was able to compromise to a certain degree with House Republicans late last night. Obama wanted to raise taxes on any American making over $200,000 a year. He was able to compromise with Republicans by raising that to any American making over $400,000 a year. So for the first time in 22 years, a United States president has been able to raise taxes on wealthy and rich Americans for the first time in 22 years. Also, he was able to extend unemployment benefits for over 2.1 million Americans, so that the pressure is somewhat relieved, so that they can still have the day-to-day necessities taken care of while they continue to look for work. Their families and their children won't be affected immediately. But Republicans wanted to cut those unemployment benefits by 2.1 million. And he was able to save and extend those unemployment benefits for those Americans. Also, the Republicans yesterday in the House slipped in a bill where they are not going to be able to send hurricane relief to the victims in New Jersey, Hurricane Sandy. This is like, it's almost unbelievable. Just imagine if relief wasn't able to go to victims of Katrina. It's almost just as bad, but Hurricane Katrina was estimated at about $120 billion worth of damage. Sandy created about $60 billion worth of damage. And Governor Christie was told all along during the election that he would be given these funds to help rebuild New Jersey and help those victims who are now homeless. He came out and made a statement today, a seething statement, denouncing Speaker Boehner, or Majority Leader Boehner, and the House Republicans, that he felt that they were punishing him in his state for his support of Obama toward the end of the election, when Christie was just basically stating the obvious, that instead of grandstanding or posturing, President Obama was actually trying to help the people of New Jersey. He didn't care that Governor Christie was a Republican. He didn't care whether the state was leaning toward red or blue. He's the President of the United States. Whenever he sees Americans suffering, he legitimately wants to help. And Governor Christie, rightly so, gave credit where credit was due. He said that I don't give a damn about the election right now, but President Obama is being a good commander-in-chief. He's helping me. Nothing I've asked of him, he hasn't delivered. He's taking the initiative to fix problems in the state where nobody else could. And even though I support Mitt Romney, he's not the president, and he can't help me and my citizens where I need the help. So Governor Christie feels that he's being punished, so to speak, by Republicans who are on those committees, those subcommittees that give out funds in relief of disasters. And I think it just shows how desperate, how low down Republicans have sunken to where they can withhold money from fellow Americans who are now homeless, jobless, at no fault of their own, just a natural disaster. And the disaster relief that was promised to Christie, the whole time he was actually campaigning for Romney. And when the disaster happened, and he, I guess, just expressed his gratitude to President Obama, which could have or could not have helped him get elected president, they are withholding that funding. And the only excuse that they can give is because of the tax hike on wealthy and rich Americans. If they gave him that funding, they wouldn't be able to pay for it in the long run. So they're going to have to hold on to that money until they see what the economy does. And I think that's a real, I don't know what else to say, but just a low down, you know, bad sportsmanship, I guess, type of thing to do. Anything that they can do to hurt Obama or anybody that's in support of him, even their own elected officials, they don't mind doing it. But check out MSNBC, CNN, YouTube, any of your political news sources, whichever one you prefer, and just keep track of it because it's quite interesting, and you will be surprised at how Republicans almost stop at nothing to make Obama's presidency a failed one, even into his second term. But that's about it. I'm Sam Polk Jr. This is Education HQ on blacklistedtv.com. So,